What's up, you guys? It is Mike, the real United States champion here, and welcome to 24 Days of Reviews. Today is day number 19, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite tag teams from the Ruthless Aggression era, Cade and Trevor Murdoch. What can I say about these guys? These guys were, like I said, my favorite tag team from the Ruthless Aggression era, some of my childhood favorites. I don't know what it was about these guys. Cade was a great wrestler, and it's unfortunate that he's no longer with us. And then Murdoch, on the other hand, he basically fit right in with the gimmick that they were trying to achieve. So they basically complemented each other's strengths, and they turned out to be a great tag team. I think they're very underrated, and they also had an awesome theme song. I just love the intro with the guitar and everything. It's great. So I figured today we could celebrate these two, and we're going to take a look at their action figures. Now, one thing to note is that these two figures are actually from two different sets. The Murdoch is from their very first 2-pack together, and the Cade is the Cade that came with a Raw Tag Team Championship. These are the two that I've put on display, so I figured I may as well just show them off together. So let's get right into it here. We'll start with Murdoch. Per usual, we're going to go over the articulation. So he moves at the head, and he already looks down pretty much, and he looks up that much, so not too much head articulation as far as up and down. The arms move outwards and upwards, move at the bicep, elbow, swivel the wrist, and hand movement. Waist movement, leg, knee, and at the ankle. So nothing new with the articulation. Alright, let's get a closer look here at Trevor Murdoch. Take off his hat. I love the face of Murdoch here. This looks like a face that he would make. Just this nasty expression. Just always in a sour mood. I think the face looks great. His hair looks good as well. I don't remember him being this blonde. I think his hair was a little more darker, but I think the face itself is quite accurate. I think it looks really good. Just this this nasty look that's like, hey, you want to mess with me. Let's take off his jacket real fast. Definitely looks like Murdoch. You know, he wasn't the slimmest guy ever, so I think this is a good choice for body. They did add abs here, which I don't think he ever really had, but I can kind of forgive that. This is just something that Jack's recycled, so you know, they're not going to make a new mold just for Trevor Murdoch. They got his Tasmanian Devil tattoo here, which was cool. They kind of they didn't add this on a couple other Murdoch figures upon research, so I'm glad that they added it here. He has normal white wrist tape. He has black trunks, which kind of sucks because Murdoch was known for having red trunks as well, so I kind of wish that we got red trunks at some point, but yeah, it's whatever. And then, as you can see on the back, he does have the Cade and Murdoch logo. It's a little used because, you know, I was a kid when I got this, so it's a little used. And then these are not the original knee pads; they're just something I threw on, and I honestly think that they look better. So yeah, that's Trevor Murdoch. And I'll go over his accessories real fast. At the time, he came with a hat, which fits on him nicely. I kind of put it down a little more so it doesn't really... Oops, it flew down. Yeah, so I kind of put it down a little more, like this when I display him, just so like the hair doesn't show too much. But yeah, there's that. And the jacket that he was wearing is not actually his original jacket. This was something I picked up from Wrestling Superstore, and I just threw it on Murdoch. It looks like something he'd wear anyway, a sleeveless vest, something like this. So yeah, I do have his original one here though, just for comparison. So it's just rubber and you know, flannel. So yeah, this is the original jacket. All right, now let's go over Cade. Has the same articulation as Murdoch, so I'm not going to do that again. Let's get a closer look here at Cade. This is basically the same head that they've used for all of Cade's figures. So I think it looks pretty good. This was the hair length that he had at one point. Of course, he had it cut shorter at one point, but he did make an appearance like this at least once. So looks good. I think he was this blonde at one point. So unlike Murdoch, I think his hair color is more accurate. Everything about Cade looks good. Excuse me. His choice of body here, I think, is good. He was always a bit more jacked, so looks good. I love the attire on this guy. I always liked Cade's attire in particular, just because of the mixture of the red and the black. I always thought it was a good look for him. As you can see there, it has the Cade and Murdoch logo on the back as well. And then he has black knee pads and white cowboy boots. I know they've used it for other figures before, but I still think it's pretty cool that we got it on Cade especially. It's a great looking figure. And then, of course, I gave him a black cowboy hat because he was the smooth talking cowboy of the two. So, of course, I had to give him that. Now, the one thing I want to mention before I close this review off, the one thing that bothers me is the fact that Lance Cade was always taller than Murdoch. And as you can see, it's the other way around here. And so that's kind of a bummer that Cade is actually shorter than Murdoch in this case. It just kind of looks weird to me. So that's the one problem I always had with this Lance Cade figure, was just the fact that he was shorter. It's like they could have made him a little taller. They could have made Murdoch a little shorter. I don't know, but aside from that, I think that this Lance Cade figure is still the best Lance Cade that we're going to get. It's the only other one that we have. We have one with the jeans, which he only really wore for street fights, and then another one in which the jacket is molded on, and I hate Jakks figures like that when the accessories are molded onto the guys. So if you're going to get a Lance Cade figure, get this one. And then for Murdoch, it doesn't really matter, but if you want accuracy, then get this one in particular because of the tattoo. Alright guys, that will just about wrap up this review. Thank you all for watching, really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one.